Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25, and we have some wonderful guests here. They're money people. When I say money people, they know what's going on in certain markets and the precious metals that are out there. And welcome Jim and Paige here. This is Paige and this is Jim. And just want to make sure nobody has any confusion, you know, but they over here at Alabama Precious Metals, located on Martin Luther King Boulevard here in Andalusia, right next to Domino's and in the movie place there and all
Video
that.
Warehouse.
Video Warehouse. And they're over there every day. And tell us a little about what you do over there, Paige.
Well, we buy precious metals, gold, silver, that can be white gold or yellow gold, jewelry, coins, bullion, platinum, and palladium.
And a lot of people have that laying around.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, well, let's talk a little bit about what they have to do to come in. Let's say I've got a gold ring. Okay. Now, I remember my grandmother paid $5,000 for that gold ring.
Okay.
Okay, with the diamonds and everything in it.
Uh-huh.
Am I going to get $5,000 for that gold ring?
No, you're going to get whatever the gold market is. You're going to get spot price. If it's what we pay is cash, and we pay top dollar cash. And if it's 10 karat, then you're going to get whatever we're paying for 10 karat that day, 14 karat or 18 karat. But you're going to get a really good price. You're not going to get that retail price, but you're
not going to get for the diamond or the stone in it.
We do buy diamonds.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
See?
Well,
I'm learning, aren't I?
yes, we have we buy large diamonds or diamond rings, and what we will do if you have a valuable diamond, something that's larger, our jeweler, my partner Bob, will come in. We'll make an appointment. He'll come in and evaluate for you, and he will tell you what it's worth and what we can buy it for. We do this a lot with estate planners and estate sales. We work with several estate sale companies in Alabama and Florida, and we go in and evaluate the jewelry for them and tell them what they can sell it for, and then if they want to, we'll buy all of the estate sale before it goes out. So the diamond market is like the real estate market right now, but there's still people have a lot of nice diamonds that are worth a lot of money, and if they want an evaluation, we'll be happy to give it to them and make an offer to buy it.
Well, I'm just going on the cuff here because I don't know, you know, I've never been over there to sell anything except advertisement, and y'all came on. We appreciate that. But the precious gems, I mean, you know, like emeralds and rubies and things like that, y'all deal with those?
We do. It's a really, really hard market now. If you have emeralds or nice sapphires that are well set in rings or necklaces or bracelets, then they may have some value that on the market, but normally colored stones, there's just not a resale market for them. If they're big colored stones, the people that make the jewelry, they will buy rough cut, and they can have those stones put in at a less cost than what they can take a big stone and cut it down again to make it where it's perfectly clear for or no scratches to put into a ring. So
that makes sense.
So if they want their stones, we'll take them out and we'll give them back to them.
Right. But diamonds you're negotiable on.
The diamonds, we love to look at good diamonds.
Yeah.
We buy a lot of sterling silver. It's silver sets.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
If it has sterling marked on it and it's not plated, then we can buy it. And with the price of silver the way it is today, it's actually, if someone has had a set of sterling silver since they were married 20 or 30 years ago, they can actually probably get more money for it now than because of the price of silver than they could what they paid for it. And the market's not real good to try to sell it on eBay. We will suggest in some really good sets that we'll give people ideas of other ways that they can try to sell it other than just sell it for the scrap price.
Well, that's one of the things I noticed with Paige over there when I've seen her in action, is I call it. you guys, there's pawn shops, there's other places that, you can sell your stuff, but there's no middle person here. You guys are like the final stop. When you come in, you have your silver, you have your gold, whatever the precious metal is, or diamond. You are the final stop. There's nobody else you got to go through. Is that correct?
That's true.
Yeah, we have no middleman.
And
We are
so
not a middleman.
that gives the price ability to pay a little bit more than or sometimes a lot more than some of these other places.
Everything that we buy, or most of the things we buy, go directly to our refinery. And is melted down. We're, in most cases, unless it's a really, really nice piece of jewelry, we're not going to buy your jewelry and resell it as a piece of jewelry. It's going to be melted down. The old class rings that people got, the ladies that got the one earring that they were going to find the other one somewhere down the road.
You must have been talking to my wife then. Yeah, boy, and it was great when my son had his ear pierced, okay, because he'd, borrow an earring from her, and the next thing you know, where's that earring? Well, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that works. But what I want to do is we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back, and I want to talk to you all about some people think they have some great stuff. I mean, this is, and your job is to be honest with them.
Right.
And when they come in the door, sometimes they don't like the honesty because they find out that was a plated, item or something like that. And talk about how y'all go through, finding out what it really is, and share with our viewers that not only that, it's there, and there's truth and honesty and a real reason behind it. Somebody may have told you that was, 14 karat gold, but it might have been plated 14 karat gold, and that is a big difference.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that when we come back. Folks, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget Alabama Precious Metals, located on Martin Luther King. What's the address?
It's 1094 MLK Bypass is the address. We're located beside Video Warehouse and Domino's. And we refer to it as the 84 Bypass. That's what everybody knows
Yeah,
about.
84 Bypass, right there. Everybody knows where you're at.
Yeah.
How do they distinct you from anywhere else on that bypass?
They'll see Precious.
That's
Precious,
right.
our mannequin.
Is she married?
No,
Is she available?
she's available.
Oh, Ron. Carlton, we got somebody for you. And she's got a job. She's got a job.
She has a good job.
Yep. Yeah. And she's in charge of the situation. I like her. We'll be back with more. Guess what you get to do?
What's that?
Remember Teresa sat over there and she said, keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep God in it. We'll be right back right after these messages. Thanks for coming in. Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25. Boy, I'll tell you what, got some great folks here. We got Jim and Paige from Alabama Precious Metals, and we're talking about gold and silver and diamonds and things like that are sitting in your... People sit there and look at those jewelry boxes and look at the same stuff over and over again. I was talking to a lady the other day, and we were talking about y'all, and Teresa had a ring on, and I said, I wonder what that thing's worth. You ought to go see Paige. And she says, I've got a bunch of jewelry in a box that's just been sitting there forever, okay? And she says, I need to go get a new car, And I said, darling, you need to go to Alabama Precious Metals because they will buy that gold from you, okay? And she had some really nice stuff. So I don't know if she made it there, but she had a little box and it was just packed full of chains and rings and stuff. She said, I never wear them, And so if you got something you never wear or something that's not next to near, sentimental, that it's been passed down and so on, you want to keep it in the family. I watch these shows on TV. People bring in, hey, this is my great-grandfather's, and they sell it. And I'm like, that's cold, But they're doing it to get money. And so what do you have to say, Paige, to the people out there that have been stockpiling this stuff that's been nothing but a dust collector on their dresser for all these years? Can they bring it in?
They can bring it in. If it's just collecting dust, we don't care how tarnished it is, if it's silver or if it's gold and you think it's dirty. You don't have to clean it. Bring it in, and we'll take it.
I got a question as a novice in precious metals for you, Jim. You said sterling silver earlier. What's the difference between sterling silver and regular silver?
Sterling is 92.925, and it'll be on the jewelry, or it'll say sterling or 925 on a spoon, on a fork, or on the back of a plate, or any type of silver. Plated silver, the percentage will vary depending on who made it. But for instance, in gold, if something is gold plated, it's 0.05% gold, and the rest is whatever metal they're using. A lot of the new jewelry coming out of China will be gold plated silver, but we will buy that as sterling silver. There's not enough gold there to purchase any gold on the plated stuff. But with the sterling, it's 92.5% silver. Gold is a softer metal than silver, and so it's very seldom do you ever see anything that's actually 24 karat gold, which would be pure gold. The only thing you will see is some coins will actually be solid gold, but even the U.S. coins that they make, the 1 ounce coins and the smaller coins that they make, they have some other metals mixed in with them. They'll actually be 22 karat, but that coin, that 1 ounce gold coin, it will say 0.999 fine gold, and it'll have 1 ounce of gold in it. When we're buying gold coins or silver, any type of bullion, we pay 90% of the spot price. If you come in and you have a gold coin or a silver coin that is pure, then we will pay you 90%. We'll go in the computer, whatever the price of gold or silver is at that time, and we'll pay you 90% of that price for it. So there's really
no loss.
There's nowhere that you can go to do that unless you have a large volume and actually can go to a front.
And that's the other thing too that I noticed with people that do this on a different level. You walk in with a ring or a bracelet or a necklace, you know, just a couple of items, and a lot of places, you know, they give you like maybe 50% of what the value is of it on gold. And I'm saying 50% is a known number because I've been around too. And you're saying you're going to give another 40% on top of that according to what the market rate is at that time, right?
On the bullion. On the bullion. Now, on the scrap gold, then we're going to be paying. We're not paying 90% on that. But if we invite anybody to come in and just come to us last, you can get your prices somewhere else, and then we'll buy it from you. We're gonna buy everything. Wait a minute, that's okay. Everybody, and it depends on what carat it is. 10 karat gold or 10 karat jewelry is only 41% gold. And 14 karat is 58. 18 karat is 75%, and then 24 carats actually pure gold. But there are other carats in there.
So a ring that you buy at a jewelry store, and it says it's 24 karat, or no, 18 karat gold. That's usually what you say. And 14 karat, I believe, are the two popular ones for jewelry.
10 and 14.
10, 14.
18. Yes.
18. Okay, I'm learning. Okay. Don't take what I say. Take what they say. They're the experts. But you buy the ring, you buy the necklace, and you're paying for a lot more than just the gold when you do that.
Yeah, you're paying retail.
You're paying retail.
You're paying about 70% too much.
Then you got it sitting there forever. You know, you let's say your husband, you know, and you separate or whatever, and you've got this ring or jewelry that this boyfriend gave you that he's no longer your boyfriend, and they can bring that in. They're going to still get a substantial value of it, more so than if you went to a pawn shop or someplace else. Is that correct? Yeah.
As Jim said, they can shop around. Come to us last, and we can pretty much guarantee we're going to buy it from you.
We had a thing, that 10 karat, most class rings, men and women's class rings, the old ones are 10 karat gold. Today, the ones that they make, a lot of them are just some alloy. They don't have any gold or silver in them. But the older class rings, you bought one, a man's class ring the other day that How much? How much?
It's a pretty good size ring. I think he got around 250 for it.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
he probably had that ring for 20 years, and he probably back then didn't pay $250
He
for
probably
that
paid
old
50 bucks, 60 bucks
for that
for it.
old class ring. So
I believe it was in the 60s is what it was dated.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I know mine back in the day. One of my old acquaintances got my class ring, but we don't tell those things here. But I've been married to her for 38 years. I mean, you know,
that's
gosh.
wonderful.
Yeah. But anyway, she didn't get my class ring. Somebody else did. But it was like $50 or $60 when we bought it. Okay, and I can't imagine what it'd be worth today. You know, there's Masonic rings out there. Somebody, you know, Masonic rings, people don't realize that they're gold too.
Yes.
You know, that's real gold. I want to get back to the plating and things like that, because in the 70s, up until 70 something, you'll have the answer for me. Coins were silver.
No, well, actually, it was 1964 and before. They
Okay.
were, they were 90% silver.
90% silver, and
Yes.
that's when I saw a change in the coins. Was after that, because before you looked at a coin and it was whitish color. It was, you know, like silver, but it was a whitish color when you cleaned it up. It was clean and shiny, and there was no layers.
Yes.
Okay, but after 1964, am I that old? Gosh, after 1964, you can see, you know, tri-layers. You know, you had the silver on top, and then a kind of copper color in the middle, and then silver on the bottom again. And that was, I was told, zinc and silver plating on top, or something.
Copper, zinc, a nickel.
Whatever they threw in.
Yes, yeah. But with the price from the 1964 and back on the dimes, the quarters, the half dollars, and the dollars, even the old worn out ones that don't have any value as for a coin collector, with the price of silver today, we're paying $10 per dollar.
Wow.
So if you've got 4 quarters from 1964 and before, we'll pay you $10 for it. So, and
What's the
we're
math on that?
going to send them in to be melted down. We're going to recover.
Right, you're going to recover the silver.
Yes,
So let's see, that's how many percent markup on that they're getting? I don't know. I'm leaving it to Carlton.
Well, you get they're giving $10 for $1, so that's 1,000%.
1,000%.
I had a short story. I had an old man at a party. We were doing one of our fundraisers over above Tallahassee one time, and at the end of the night, from his daughter, I had bought. She actually had $10 silver dollars, and this was several years ago, and I bought them. I paid her $10 per dollar, and so after the party, he came up to me and he said, "Son, did you pay my daughter $10 American money for $1 American money?" I said, "Well, yes, sir, I did." He said, "Well, how many you want?" I said, "All you got." He sent his son out into the barn. They came in with a mud bucket full of silver,
Wow.
old silver. It took me to 1 o'clock in the morning. He had $330 worth. And so when we got through with it, I was counting out $3,300 in $100. He said, "Well, I got one more question." He said, "Are those $100 bills, are they real?" I said, "Well, yes, sir. I got them at Regions Bank." He said, "Well, that's my bank. I'm not going to worry about it." So they helped me put them in the car, he and his sons, because they were heavy.
Yeah.
And as we was getting ready to leave, he said, "Son, I'm going to pray for you." I said, "Well, I appreciate that. I need that." And he said, "No, I mean, I'm really going to pray for you, because you ain't going to be in business very long paying $10 American money for $1 American money." I said, "Okay, thank you, sir." And have a good evening. So,
And that's the way I am. I'm not knowledgeable about precious metals, and we have a lot of precious metals that we don't realize. Like you said, in silverware, you know, there's short story for me. My mom had a silver set that she was given back when she got married many years ago. That was like in 1930 something, I think they got married, and it was real, you know, sterling silver, and it was in the velvet box in a real nice, you know, mahogany wood box. Well, Mom got on tight here before she passed away, and she says, "You know, I was going to give that to y'all." She says, "But," she says, "I need the money." We had a hailstorm here. This is back in 1998, I think it was. 97, 98. We had a tremendous hailstorm here in the area, and it demolished her car. So she wanted to go get a new car, and she took that set down to well, not here. You guys weren't here, but
No,
she,
we weren't.
Yeah, she went down to Florida. She's from Florida in here, and she came back in. She had like $2,200, and I was like, I figured $500, for the set, and $2,200 for sterling silver set. This is back in the '90s, okay, and silver wasn't that far up there.
No.
While I got you, that was just my story, but metals, precious metals are volatile, okay? When I say volatile, they can be played, and that's what we were talking about off the air earlier. Stocks are the same way. It used to be said that if you hold on to diamonds and gold, okay, and it's still said today that no matter what happens to the world economy, you're going to have something. What do you say on that?
Now, everything that goes up goes down, and then back up, and then back down. We buy every day based on what the spot price of gold or silver is that day. We are required by Alabama law, Florida law, and every state we do business in to hold everything that we buy for a period of up to 15 days. This is by state law. When you come in to us, if we buy something for us, you're going to have to give us a valid ID, a driver's license.
That was one of my other questions.
We hold everything for the whatever law enforcement agency would want to look at it, because we don't want to buy stolen property. We go by exactly by the laws. In fact, we go way beyond it. We even take pictures of everything we do, and they have those for the law enforcement. If they are looking for something, they'll come by the store and they'll look at it. So we just, you have to be 18.
You have to be 18 with a valid ID.
Valid ID, and you also have a wall of shame I saw over there.
I do.
And we're not going to mention no names here, but that's people that tried to give you stuff that wasn't theirs.
Right.
And you find out about it real quick.
I do, real quick.
And you're not happy when you find
No.
that out. Because then you have to give it back, and if you still have it, and so on. It's a mess. But don't go away. We're going to take another quick commercial. I know you've got to hit the road, but the reason he's got to hit the road is he's got a bunch of other places and locations that he's got to be at that they have in this area as well. So we're going to talk about those.
Okay.
And you didn't answer my question. I'm going to get you before we go off the air.
Okay.
Do I invest in gold and silver, or do I just get the cash and get the things that I need now?
I personally, I have a percentage of what I would call my small retirement account. I think, and normally most investment people will tell you that in precious metals you would keep anywhere from 10 to 15% of the total portfolio that you have. I personally believe that gold is going to go, gold and silver is going to go. At some point in time, everything that I believe that our government is doing by printing money is going to cause inflation. And at that point in time, something that you bought, if you have gold or silver bullion that's part of your investment portfolio, that it's going to go up in dollar value because of it, and it's a hedge against inflation. That's basically what most people treat precious metals at in their portfolios.
Another quick story. I'm going to tell you how I had $1 million or a millionaire for a brother. All right, and this happened in the '60s, and when I tell you, he had 2 dresser drawers full of scrap gold. Okay, back then it was $60 to $80 an ounce or something like that. It was some ridiculous price.
32.
32. Okay, maybe it was 32, and then it went up to $800 an ounce overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he sold when it was like at $700, and he became a millionaire.
Smart man.
Okay, and we used to go in that drawer and say, "Gosh, that's a lot of stuff." He had coins, he had jewelry, he would just go buy scrap, gold. People, he didn't even check it out. Somebody, because back then you didn't have a lot of fake, stuff that you do today. And when I say fake, stuff that's really thinly. Gotta ask you, Jim. Gold coins, memorabilia that sold on TV for $19.95 or $10.99, plated in gold. Okay, and it's, what are those worth really?
We don't buy them.
I was going to ask you.
It'll tell you it's got 0.005 milligrams
Something
of
like
gold
that,
or something
yeah.
like that. That's
Thinner than tin foil.
probably, you're talking 10, 15 cents worth of gold on it.
Wow.
And just remember, if somebody tells you they're selling you, if gold is $1,500 an ounce and they're going to sell you an ounce for $19.99, there's got to be something wrong there somewhere.
Well, I got stuck in that. Another personal story. I went to Korea back in the 70s and you used to be able to buy gold for like $10 an ounce at some ridiculous price. And boy, I thought I was going to do like my brother did, and I would sit there and buy that stuff and I'd send it home. I got home, they turned around, it's called dirty gold or something like that. It's not really the quality gold, and I ended up like losing a whole bunch of money on it. So there's no gold pot at the end of the rainbow. You got to go to the experts, and you're there every day.
And I'll educate you.
And she sure will. These two here have really took me 3 steps above. We're going to go take a quick commercial break. We're going to jump back in, talk about your other locations, and you all do benefit fundraisers.
Yes.
We want to talk about that real quick, and if you don't mind, Jim, hang in there.
Okay.
I know he had to go. He said, I got to go down the road, but we're enjoying this, and I think our viewers are getting educated as well. Thanks for tuning in with us. Remember,
Keep it real.
keep God in it. Well, she done that really good. You need to keep coming on. Keep God in it. We'll be back with more. God bless you. We love you. Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25. I want to remind everybody, if you only caught part of this and you want to see the whole interview and the whole discussion, we've had some very good information being passed on here by our friends from Alabama Precious Metals, located on the
84 bypass.
84 bypass, where that pretty young lady's out there doing this, and just does she get paid well?
Yeah.
She gets paid in gold, I bet.
Yeah.
And I'd say, just look at all the gold jewelry around her neck, but she won't be there long if I said that. Yeah, okay, we won't do that. But anyway, you call her Precious. And you can't miss her. She's out there. She's the only dancing girl on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And if you see any others out there, you call the police.
No, we have Precious and her sisters are located at all of our locations.
Well, that's what we want to talk about real quick. I was telling you where you want to see this is on www.wkni.net on the web. It'll be up there later on today, right, Carlton?
What?
This, yeah, okay. He puts them up there every day. So if you think you missed something or you want to rehear something with Jim and Paige here, just go to our website and it'll be there. Now, other locations, where are they at?
Troy, Geneva,
Okay.
here in Andalusia, Monroeville, Thomasville, and we have a few in Florida, but this is us here in Alabama.
It's not a overnight, fly-by-night situation that you have. You have a legitimate business. It's got many, many locations, and there's a lot of name. We're talking about standing behind your business, and Jim and I were having this conversation off camera a few moments ago, and it takes honest people to make an honest image of an industry that's been tarnished over the years, and I can give you my stamp of approval just from working with you and talking to you that Paige is not going to do anything that's underhanded. She'd rather, and I think I got this from Jim too, she'd rather make a mistake in your favor than in her favor, and Jim will handle that. But you're not going to rip anybody off.
No, and if it's something that I feel like, honestly, if it was mine, I wouldn't get rid of, I'm going to tell you that and give you the option. Give you the option. This is what it's worth here.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I wouldn't sell it. And if they want to, they can. And if they don't have to.
Well, that's the honesty that you have here, folks. And like they said several times during this interview, see them last. If you got something you want to sell, see them last. Come by and say, you know what? I got estimates from 5 different places. And walk in there, and I don't think you're going to walk out not happy.
Will not be disappointed.
Jim, Thomasville just opened up. How's that doing over there?
We just opened up this week, and it's really started off nice over there. It's close to the store in Monroeville, but from here, there's no. there's no easy way to get there. That's that part of Alabama, and I grew up in Fort Alice, so I know these roads here. But getting over to Thomasville, that's a it just I got lost one time and ended up in Mississippi. So
it's not that hard
no.
to do because it's only a few miles on the other side of
No,
it.
but we just opened that. The Monroeville store's been open about a month now, and they're doing well over there. It's we started this business about 5 years, a little over 5 years ago. We started actually doing home goal parties, and then we graduated into doing fundraisers, which is another thing that we do.
Right.
If you have a charity or a school group or a church group or a mission group or anything that you want to raise money for, we'll be happy if you'll call Page and Talkworth to set up to do a gold and silver buying fundraiser for that charity. And the way it works is that we will come in, set up, they invite all their friends to come to that location wherever they want them to. We buy and pay cash for that, and then because of the tax laws, when it's all over, we will donate 20% of what we buy to that charity.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
It's a good fundraiser that we have done from everything from mission groups to and down in Florida, we've been silver sponsors of the Relay for Life. We worked a lot with them. We worked a lot with the MDA, with United Way, and in Tallahassee we have done fundraisers for 2 years now in every state office building over there for their state-run or state employee charity that they do for the United Way over there.
We're going to be in touch with you because we get contacted all the time about trying to help somebody or a cause out. And we're going to be picking the phone up and calling you, Paige, and referring folks over to you. And we'll obviously sponsor that here as well, trying to make a fundraiser happen. And we believe in supporting the community and helping those in need as well. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you do. Tell us more about the business a little bit. I mean, your hours of operation here.
Okay, I'm open currently from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2. Sunday we are closed. But I am there 6 days a week.
Yeah, you are.
Unless I'm sick, you won't see Jim.
And if someone has got things that they just really don't feel comfortable grabbing it all out of the safety deposit box and bringing it, just call Paige. We'll make an appointment for them. We'll be happy to do it at their home. We'll be happy to make a private appointment for them to come into the location here or any of the other stores that they want to come into. And the other thing, tell them about what we're going to do for the rest of the week.
For the rest of the week, if you mention that you've seen us here at WKNI, we'll give you an extra 10%.
On TV or on the web.
That's right. That's right. WKNI, just mention it. Extra 10% on whatever we
So you're
pay.
going to actually give the good market price for that with mentioned
exactly, with an extra 10%.
Yeah, with
we're going to pay the same price, and then they can tell us after it's over, so they can test us that way and say, okay, we'll tell you what we give you, and say, oh, I saw it on TV.
There you go.
And at that point in time, then we will give them an extra. If they bring in $1,000 worth, we'll give them an extra $100.
Wow. Folks, you can make some money just by, mentioning us. There you go. You have it. But we want to thank y'all for coming in, and again, folks, don't be. I got to tell you this too. It is not a pawn shop atmosphere.
No.
Okay.
Not
it is
whatsoever.
a professional business atmosphere. When you walk in, it's a desk and an area that you sit and you go through, and she does whatever she has to do with the testing. We didn't get into that. In fact, what we'd like to do is invite y'all back and show us how you do the testing and stuff like that.
Love to do that.
And we'll put together and inform. That's what we like to do here, is keep people informed.
Good.
And that's good information right there. But and you don't have to be worried about feeling uncomfortable pulling in front and parking, because you pull in front of a pawn shop. To me, sometimes it's like pulling in front of a porn shop. You don't want nobody to see you walking in there.
Exactly.
And not that I've done that. Boy, did I just dig me a hole, didn't I? But you're actually walking into professional business, and We want to thank y'all for coming on, and we're looking forward to a long relationship with y'all and getting Jim on here and sharing all that great information. Remember, folks, locations throughout all of Alabama, it seems like South Alabama and Florida, for you to get the money out of the stuff that you don't want to hold on to anymore. You need the money, you need the cash, and you get an extra 10% the rest of this week by just mentioning old Crazy Eddie.
That's it.
There you go. Say, I saw that crazy fool on there talking about gold, but say it after they give you the price if you don't think they're going to give you an extra 10%. And I like that. That's pure honesty. You guys aren't like those pawn shows and stuff like that on TV that are trying to get over on somebody. You really want to help. And you are sincere about that. I know you are. I've seen how you deal with people, and you're very, very professional. And we thank you for that. And certainly appreciate y'all. Folks, once again, what's your phone number?
It's 334-582-1555.
And Jim, website?
It's Alabama Precious Metals, and we're in the process right now combining Florida Precious Metals and Alabama Precious Metals.
You got a bunch of names on there.
Yeah, we're putting it all together now into one. So soon they'll be able to go to one website and see everything. But just call Paige if you're not around here, and she'll direct you to another store.
And if not, we'll soon to have their link on our website at www.wkni.net. And we're looking so forward to y'all. Love to have y'all talking on here about, precious metals every week. That'd be a wonderful thing, because now is a time. I'm too old to start worrying about my retirement. Okay? I mean, seriously, when you think about it, it's too late to start saving now.
Well, this is our retirement, what we're doing today.
We're working. You see what happens when you don't plan. But there's a lot of folks out there that have a lot of stuff that they can start getting ready and putting together and putting it aside and making some decent money off of it, and not worried about getting the jab. Now, today the gold is this price. There's no guarantee tomorrow it'll be here. It could be over here.
This is true.
And I'm just giving them an example. Let's just use, what was it yesterday? Or did you look at it today?
When I looked at it this morning, it's $7 higher than it was yesterday, but it was a month ago. It was $150 higher than it is right now, but 2 weeks ago it was $100 lower than what it is right now.
So here's the analogy I'm going to use. So let's say I don't know. Let's say it's $1,500 an ounce. Just roll the thumb. Okay, it's right this minute. That's my boy from Afghanistan.
You need to talk to him.
Oh, he'll be on there. He knows we're doing a show.
Okay.
But anyways, let's say it's $1,500 an ounce today. I don't know. That's not a set price. All right. You go in there. They're going to give you, let's say in bullion, okay. That's going to be 10% less than the $1,500. So it's going to be, what is it, $750?
$1,350.
Okay, $1,350. $1,350. All right. Then you say, what's the magic word? WKNI.
That's it. And you get an extra 10%.
Which would be?
Exactly what the price of gold is for the rest.
That's what I wanted to hear right there. So you can't lose.
That's exactly. You're going to get as much as you could get for it anyway.
So, but remember, that's today. Tomorrow it may be down here. You never know. I call it volatile, and that's not in a bad way. It's just, when I mean that, it moves all different directions. And it's just a great thing to get out there and get it taken care of right away. Jim, Paige, Alabama Precious Metals, we love y'all. Thank you for coming on and spending the time with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
God bless you.
God bless you.
All right, remember,
Keep it real.
keep God in it. We'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. But stay tuned. We've got the WKNI TV 25 online flea market. And we'll have Jackie Neer on as well, talking about Paul's used cars. So God bless y'all. We'll be back right after these messages.